What's up guys? Janlor here again. Yes, ngayon lang mag-aayos ng buhok. For another episode of gig hopping. It's been a couple of weeks, a couple of gigs. And let's get to it. So for this episode, I just want let's make it topical. Let's make it topical. So for this episode, I want to talk about. I don't know if you will be able to read this, but theme. I want to talk about theme. I'll edit it later. Theme's really important when you're talking about a lot of things. Writing about an article, taking a photo, making a video, writing an email at work. You've got to have a theme. For the past couple of gigs, this was, I guess, central. Get it? Central? Because it's a theme to all of the gigs that I went through. Because if you have a theme, you've got a guiding principle to your pub mats, your materials, so your posters, importantly your lineup, your stage design. And you know what, there's really something about a well-themed gig that, it just makes everything, it brings everything together. So I've been to 4 gigs the past few weeks. Yes, it's been a busy couple of weeks. So I went to, firstly, a collaboration gig. So it's Stay Useless and the Flying Lugaw. And the theme for that was a hip hop and beats gig that only the Flying Lugaw and Stay Useless can make and come up with. And what's great about it was that it had a really 90s vibe. So even if you looked at the poster, it was on fire. And for me, it looked like yung mga bootleg CDs yung sa likod. Yeah, it looked more like that than anything else. So the theme around that was hip hop, and so you had a really great hip hop lineup. You had Wayan, DB, One Kiao. They come to mind. They easily come to mind. And for my picks for that gig, I think I already posted. Always look for my picks. Always go to Instagram. Next was the Sleeping Boy Collective. It was Idle Eyes and False Plaintiff, 2 melodic hardcore and punk foreign bands. And so for that gig, it had to revolve around that. When they choose their foreign bands, the lineup builds up to those. So if it's a punk and a melodic hardcore main acts, they're going to be really the best that you hear for that night. And Idle Eyes and False Plaintiff did not disappoint. So really great curation by Sleeping Boy Collective. Next was Ian Penn's album launch. It was From the Rearview Mirror, presented by Alternatrip. And for that gig, it was very, very intimate, very, very laid back. It was dark. It was homey. It wasn't really gloomy, but it was very laid back, like a Sunday. I mean, the house music that was playing was jazz and standards, the ones that you hear on Sunday evenings. And when you come in, it was really, really nice. You're greeted with Ian Penn's merch. It had the CD, it had the tape, it had a tape player where you can listen to the album. It was really, really great, and it was set up in his leather suitcase, and it was lined up with lights. And I'm trying to make time for you to look at my B-roll. And even the lineup had that kind of vibe. So it was Moonshine, Megumi Accorda, Cinema de Lumiere, and Ian Penn. And even in Ian Penn's set, it was dim. It was dim the whole night, but at least some of the front acts had lights on them. But at Ian Penn's set, it was just a blue backlight illuminating the wall. So when you're there, all you can see is Ian Penn's silhouette. But I think looking back, I was taking photos and videos, and it was actually pitch black. After a while, I understood why. I think he wanted his set to be more about the music and not about the performance. But it was really great. Yeah, you just absorb the music, and then you just admire how much the performers know their own songs by heart. Last was Sadfest. So I think for the theme for that was a festival. 14 bands, 12 dapat, pero may sumingit na 2. I don't mind yung additional 2 kasi meron pa rin yung festival vibe. That's why it's Fest. It was a good mix. It also had punk, melodic, hardcore bands, but very well curated. It was a strong lineup. Kahit na almost the same yung genres ng bands, but some still stood out from the others, so you did not feel tired between each band, and the energy is really, really high. So pagdating mo dun sa dulo, okay ka pa. I guess that's it. If you have any other questions, just post them in the comment section. I'll try to read through it. I'll try to answer some of them whenever I can. And also, for those who also want to support me, you can just message me because I appreciate any support that you can give. This is really, really fun to do. I hope I'm able to keep doing this. And that's it for the gig vlog for this edition. I'll see you in the next one.